High School basketball is on the air. Denham Springs High School basketball broadcast, a John Fine production on Family Radio 91.9 FM, Baton Rouge. On the net at johnfineproductions.com. And on YouTube, please subscribe at DS Jacket Vision. With Yellow Jackets color commentator Mitch Covington and producer John Fine. Here now is your Yellow Jackets play-by-play announcer, Josh Ward.
Good evening and welcome to Yellow Jackets basketball, Lady Jackets basketball here on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the web at johnfineproductions.com, and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. We always ask that you give that subscribe button a hit to keep up to date with everything we are doing here. So a little venue change for the Lady Jackets tonight, as there are some issues going on at the Grady Hornsby Gym. So tonight's District 5-5A matchup with the Live Oak Lady Eagles will be from the Jacket Gym, which I remember from my PE days back here 100 years ago at Denham Springs High School. So a little different bit of venue change, but really neat to be back here at this moment. It is senior night here for the Lady Jackets. Excited about that. Talking to Coach Smith before the game, he is excited about where this team is going and what they're doing here. They have this game here tonight. They got 2 more games, district games on the road following this, and they get ready for playoffs. We'll bring you that action as well. We are so great to have you here with us. We've got so much to get to before tip-off here. JV game is just underway. A couple minutes into that one, we do have John Fine and the First Lady of Denham Springs Lady Jackets basketball, Miss Fran Smith, will be with John. That is coming up. I'll be, of course, with my good buddy Mitch Covington. We will have Darren Ferrante here. We will have Jake Williamson here. We have John Fine at the door. It is a fun party here from the Jacket Gym. It is something we found out 2 nights ago. Again, some issues going on at Grady Hornsby Gym, but just excited to be with you. Glad you're with us. Again, it is Friday night. High school basketball, Lady Jackets, Lady Eagles, District 5-5A, parish rivals from the Jacket Gym here at Denham Springs High School. So we will take a timeout. When I come back, we will be joined by my man, Mitch Covington. Stay with us. We're right back after this. It is Lady Jackets basketball.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. It is the Sportin' Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. You know, I just realized, Mitch, that I didn't say it's the Sportin' Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, which is brought to you by Sportin' Center, brought to you, at 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Hey, you know where it's at, right, Mitch? Hey. We love Stacey Phipps. He outfits us. He makes us look good. Well, most of us. Mostly me. But anyway, Sportin' Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Again, Sportin' Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Stacey Phipps, James Adam McCants, our good friend there. We love him. We love James. We love him. He's the best. We love James. Go see James. Go see them all. Again, that is 205 South Ranch Avenue. Been there since 1977. That was your senior year in high school?
1977. Yeah,
Okay.
it was close to my senior year. Yeah, somewhere right around there.
I'll stop giving you grief now, Mitch.
Well, I will say, I heard you talking a while ago. You said you had PE in this gym, but
I did.
I know that from the time I was 9 through 12 years old, played a lot of bitty basketball in this gym. So had a lot of fun growing up. Of course, had the 8.5-foot goals. They would put the temporary goals kind of on top of the 10-foot goals and made them 8.5.
Yeah, that's right, 8.5.
And we would play in this gym. Of course, the gym was here when I was in high school, but I wasn't in here that much. I guess, we switched with the boys and the girls. Sometimes we practice in the other gym and then come back this way. And this was the game gym actually through my sophomore year. It was my junior year that the Grady Hornsby gym. So not quite 1977. If we want to be real honest, that was the fall of 1992 that the Hornsby gym opened up. And that was my junior year. And so up until then, this was always the main gym.
So a little bit of background here while we're here at the Jacket Gym is because Coach Smith texted us earlier in the week and said that the floor at the Grady Hornsby gym was buckling at midcourt, and they have no idea why.
It was a floor issue. It wasn't the rims.
It was not the rims.
The rims were malfunctioning last Friday. They were too small last week,
right.
But I thought it might have been an issue with the rims. No.
So this week the floor is buckling, which is an odd thing to happen because they just replaced the floor in 2016 after the flood.
Yes, not old.
It's interesting for that to happen. Coach Smith, he's like, we have no idea why it's happening. So next week when we do the boys game here, it is going to be from the Jacket Gym. Because it sounds like the rest of the games throughout the season are going to have to be here for boys and girls. I think this is the girls' last home game of the season.
Right.
Their next two district games are on the road, and then playoffs.
The hope would be somebody's going to get in here really quickly and try to figure out what needs to be done to get that fixed so it can be playable. Hopefully, by the time we get to the playoff games, the girls can host the playoff game back in the original Hornsby gym.
Yes. It is senior night here for these girls. I was telling Coach Smith how unfortunate for these girls to have to move gyms, not being your home gym where your locker room is right there. It's just a lot of moving parts that you have to do now that you didn't expect. Like you don't expect your home court floor to start buckling before your senior night. I mean, it's just it's very unfortunate, but what we always find in
times like leaky gyms. I used to coach at Woodlawn, and that would legit
because it was a flat roof, right?
When it rained, they would set a towel on a spot on the floor, and as the ball came to that side of the court, they'd move the towel out the way, and then there'd be like a manager. His job was when the ball went to the other court, go get a towel and wipe up the wet spot because it would leak. But I've never just seen just a floor just
buckle
without any weather issues.
Right, exactly.
Not really any weather, but
usually water underneath it makes it buckle. But anyway,
right.
That is not we're not the engineers here. We're just trying to do our best. But this is actually, it's unfortunate to have to switch gyms, but it's kind of neat being in this gym that has so much history at Denham Springs High School. And, Mitch, as I was sitting here before you got here and looking at all this, I remember, you remember all the legendary stories of Coach Nicky Leader here and Coach Alton Leggett and all that. And I actually asked Coach Pico, I was like, did Coach Leggett really hit the ceiling? He was like, oh, yeah, he was so mad. He slammed the ball down. I was like, so the legend is true. And apparently it is.
Well, there is one legend that one time at a varsity basketball game, when the camera pans later on in the game, there's the stage on one end of the floor.
Yep.
The curtains are always closed for the games, but there was an important free throw being shot by the opponent on that end, and maybe two students went back there and before they shot, jumped out from behind the curtain, trying to distract a little bit.
That's a great story.
It did.
I don't know that legend. That's a good one.
You'll see later on. You'll see the curtains out there. Maybe we get somebody tonight go jump out from behind the curtains with Live Oak shooting some free throws.
Yes, you can go
distract them.
All right, folks,
I got a lot of trouble for that one, so I don't know. I want to try it again.
All right, folks, we're having a lot of fun here. We're glad to have you along with us, of course. Family Radio 91.9 FM on the web at johnfineproductions.com and streaming live on YouTube at DS Track Division. Of course, please hit that subscribe button. And Mitch, one thing before we get out of here, before we take our first break, and John will come on with the First Lady of Lady Jackets Basketball, Miss Fran Smith. She is great. I've been talking to her all night. Before we get to that, the men's soccer team at Denham Springs.
On a roll.
If I read it correctly, number 2 in the nation.
Not in the state.
By Mex Preps. Number 2 in the nation.
I heard earlier in the year around Christmas time where they were ranked number 1 in the nation in that poll. So apparently somebody around the nation is playing a little bit better, I guess.
Just a little bit better.
But I mean, Denham can't be in a better spot right now than where they are playoff-wise because they have advanced through the first 2 rounds of the bracket and are setting up for the quarterfinals, I believe, with their next match. I don't have the details on when that may be, but I know they've won their first 2 matches.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the girls won their first match, but then lost last night.
Yep, that's
to
right.
Mandeville.
By 1 point.
They had a unique scenario.
Was it 1 point?
2-1. Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah.
Unique scenario. I believe it was a Saturday. They played. Both the boys and girls played.
On the same day.
The same team.
The same team. That's right.
So they just both traveled. I thought it was Terrebonne. That's what I'm thinking in my head. But so they had boy and girls playoff games just back to back, and at the same place. That was kind of a unique scenario and kind of fun, I'm sure. And Denham won both of those games. But the girls got knocked out last night. Boys are still rolling in the quarterfinals right now.
They say that this is the team that can go all the way. They have beat St. Paul's, they have beat Catholic, they have beat Jesuit, like all the powerhouse soccer teams in the state. They have beat them, and it's pretty impressive. First year coach Seth LeBlanc, actually, I think it's his first year coming into the men's team for soccer. So it's amazing to watch, and just seeing them being nationally ranked number 2 in the nation by Max Preps. It's amazing. So keep it up. Good job, guys, and good luck the rest of the way. We're going to be following y'all and continue to plug y'all here. So we will take a timeout. When we come back, I think John is going to jump in with Miss Fran Smith. I kind of want to hear that one. All right, so stay with us. We'll be right back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Warrior A-Bear on gel.
Auto accidents.
Warrior A-Bear on gel.
Workers' compensation.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Aber, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Doc Howard and Megan Fontenot Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
It is Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, Denham Springs and Live-O coming your way. My name is John Fine, producer of Denham Springs Broadcast. I want to give a very special shout-out to Jeff and Joanne Dungan, who do a great job with one of our boosters, Triton Healthcare, and also Michon and Associates, General Contractors, and the Bees Knees Children's Clothing Boutique. We thank them for being boosters of our program. With us right now is the First Lady of Denham Springs Lady Jackets basketball. She is Fran Smith. Fran, how are you?
I'm fine.
You are the mom of Brock, the mom of Taylor, the mom of 2 other former Jackets, and the wife of Rudy.
Yes.
So what a day this must be for you, huh?
It is. My brother played here, too.
Okay. Who is your brother?
Ed Smith. Now, when I say he played, he got in at the end of the game when they were up by a lot, but he did play. He played in 86, 87, 88.
That reminds me of my less than illustrious high school basketball career, not at Denham Springs, but nevertheless, tell us what a thrill it will be for you tonight to go out on the floor and to recognize your senior star young lady, Taylor Smith.
You know, it's going to be bittersweet. It's our last kid, and he's coached her since she was in first or second grade. And so it's sort of the beginning of the end. You know, it's become real, you know, and it's actually a little heartbreaking. It is thrilling, I guess that's the word, but it's heartbreaking.
When did Taylor first start playing basketball, and was she always going to be a basketball player? Or was that something that she just picked up herself?
Oh, no. She didn't like sports at all. We actually put her in soccer, and she wanted to sit in the coach's lap and play with his hair. We put her in basketball when her brother Brock was playing and Rudy was coaching, and we just, you got to have 8 players on the team, and she was just a body, you know, so we could play her one quarter because you had to play everybody one quarter, and that sounds terrible. But we had her on the team so she could be somebody that we could just have on the team, maybe even leave her at home. And what was interesting was she actually was a decent player. She could shoot, and she was a girl. It was all boys, right? Every team had one girl, and nobody would guard her because she was a girl.
Okay.
And so Rudy figured this out because he's a genius, right? Pretty quick. And he said, just go stand on the block. And so they would double team Brock. And he would say, when they double team, you just lob it to her. And she would just turn around, layup. Next thing you know, the coach is screaming, go that girl!
Okay. There you go. Sounds like a good strategy.
Yes.
So, when Taylor got more experienced and got better, did she go up against Brock in one-on-one matchups in the yard?
No, they've rarely played against each other. I don't know why.
Okay.
They didn't really ever play against each other. He liked playing with his friends. Now, Rudy would bring both of them to the gym to do, like, drills, whatever, and he would get frustrated with both of them, and then he would come home. She actually didn't really get into basketball, I want to say, until I think she was in 5th grade. I remember I was bringing her to school one day. She went to North Corbin, and he was at North Corbin at the time. And she was asking me, you know, why does Dad spend so much time with Brock? And I said, because Brock plays basketball. Brock likes basketball. Your dad coaches basketball. Maybe if you want your dad to spend some more time with you, you should get into basketball. And she was like, And so she started, you know, really trying to work at it and asking him to bring her to the gym, you know, stuff like that. And then I want to say she was like in 7th grade, and she would ask me, when am I going to get good? When am I going to get good? When am I going to get good? And I said, I don't know, you know, but, you know, you're working on things, and at some point in time, it's all going to start clicking. And I think she was in 7th grade.
When she got good?
It started clicking, yeah.
All right. So tell us what a typical game day is like in the Smith household.
Probably Rudy trying to convince her that she needs to shoot, she needs to be aggressive. She's rolling her eyes at him. She's arguing with him. She doesn't want to listen, you know. It's kind of like the games, you know. He's really hard on her. Sometimes I think he's a little too hard. And then she herself is hard on herself. And we'll get in the car after a game, and, you know, she's frustrated. He's frustrated. And as soon as I start getting on to him, she starts taking up for him.
What a dynamic, huh?
It doesn't make any sense, yeah.
We need John Lombardi to do a show on you guys. All right, so let's look at 2 scenarios. One of the best games in your daughter's career, the victory over #1 undefeated Walker. Talk about that game and what it was like on the trip back home.
Wow. You know, I'm still living off the high from that. Ask me that question again, because
Okay. What was it like on the trip home from the Walker game?
On the trip home, it was ecstatic. I mean, we were just, I guess, a little bit in disbelief. You know, like during the game, when the game started, it was some of the games against Walker have started kind of slow, and there was hope, you know, and then that went by the wayside fairly quickly, maybe the second quarter or so of games in the past. And in this one, it started going by the wayside for them. And then, you know, it was sort of a suspended disbelief, you know,
right.
that, wow, we're really good, you know. And I listened to, I guess, some things, or I read something that the coach for Walker had said, and it was like, you know, I don't want to say it. But anyway.
Okay.
Well, more that they lost the game than we won the game. So that, you know, I was like, But
must have been a different game than we were at.
Right.
All right. So conversely, diametrically opposed to that was the EA game, which was certainly not one of your daughters and not one of the team's better efforts. And to show how she is hard on herself, there was one player that came out after the game and was shooting for around 15 to 20 minutes, maybe longer, and that was your daughter, Taylor Smith. What was it like on the ride home in that game?
Yes, I tried to tell her I thought she played well, and she told me to quit talking to her. She didn't want to hear it. She was frustrated, you know. I think, you know, the problem is if that were just a regular game, she would have been frustrated. But, you know, there's a chance, you know, possibly when you beat Walker, you're thinking maybe we could win district, you know. I don't know what's going to happen now. You know, some other things need to happen for that to happen. So...
Well, I know that the Smith clan will remember tonight for the rest of your lives, and certainly adding a little more intrigue to it is the fact that you're playing at a new gymnasium with Grady Hornsby Gymnasium not being in use because they have to make repairs with a buckled floor. You go to the old Lady Jacket Gymnasium.
You know, I love this gym. When I came here, I graduated in '86. And I remember sitting right over there, I suppose point, over there for pep rallies. And they would, back then, I don't know if this is crazy, but they played donkey basketball in here.
Okay.
Yes. Have you ever seen a donkey basketball game?
I have not. What is donkey basketball?
They ride on a donkey and shoot basketball.
Okay. We have some donkeys in our broadcasting crew.
But can you imagine what that does to the floor?
Yeah, really. Okay, maybe they had donkey basketball at Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. That caused the gymnasium floor to buckle. Probably not, though. At the gymnasium, how is Coach Smith referred to by you and your daughter? Is it Coach Smith? Is it Honey? Is it Daddy? Is it some combination?
I call him Rudy.
Okay.
I try not to talk too much at practice because I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right.
I think there was a practice I went to one time, and you know, he told me, you know, you need to get more involved. And I said, okay. So I'm at practice and I'm listening, and you know, Caroline down there, you know, we were telling the girls what to do, and I'm like, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. And she's like, no, she's actually doing it right. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to talk anymore. So I don't really talk very much at practice. I just clap my hands. I call him Rudy. She calls him Dad.
Dad, really?
Yes.
Not Coach Smith?
I don't think she even calls him anything. She just says yes, sir, no, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go. That takes care of that. How did you and Rudy meet?
How do we meet?
Yes.
Glen Oaks High School. I was at Glen Oaks for about 5 or 6 years.
As a teacher?
As a teacher. It was my first teaching job. And he showed up, and it was the first day of school. You know, the teachers are all meeting, and a lady that I taught with was sitting next to me. She was older, but we were good friends, and she goes, he's cute. And I said, yeah, he is. I don't know what's going on with his hair, though, because, you know, this is 99. Hairstyles were different then, like Vanilla Ice, you know, and what is it? Ricky Martin were big then. So his hair was shaved all around here, and then the top was like peroxide highlighted. I don't know what was going on. So that was kind of strange. I said, I don't know about his hair, but yeah, he's cute. So I went up to him and I said, so what do you teach? Your name's Mr. Smith, Coach Smith? And he's like, yes, I teach science. And then I didn't know what to say, so I went, oh, fascinating. And then he looked at me, and we still laugh about that. Sometimes he'll say something, and I'll go, oh, fascinating.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, did you ask him out, or did he ask you out?
He asked me to come record. He was an assistant football coach for, Harvey Adger?
Yes.
So, great man. Love Harvey Adger. He's phenomenal.
Terrific basketball coach,
yes,
too.
he is. He's missed one day of work in like
Wow.
50 years. I think he's at 50 years, and I think last year or the year before he made like 1,000 wins in his career.
Right.
Great man. But he coached freshman football, and Rudy asked me to come record the game.
Okay.
I don't know if they needed film, but he came and asked me, and then we went to go. He came up to me afterwards, and he said, hey, you want to go get a drink? And I was like, sure. Can I say that on here?
Sure.
Went and got daiquiris. And so we talked and we laughed. We had a great time. And then we just started hanging out and then started going out.
And the rest is history.
Yes.
Terrific. Tell us what Brock is doing right now.
He's going to Southeastern, and he's playing basketball for this organization that's called Baton Rouge Prep.
Okay.
The Aces, and it's like a 5th year, and I was kind of actually like, I don't know anything about this. What is this? It's been wonderful. They go play a lot of junior colleges. Everybody plays because it's not about winning and losing. It's about getting kids exposure. So maybe somebody will pick them up. And at this point, I don't even care if anybody picks him up. Rudy played college basketball. He's played more college basketball.
Rudy played at Northwestern State?
No, he had a scholarship to go to Bossier Community College. And then he got homesick, and he came back to Southeastern, and he was a walk-on at Southeastern.
Okay, my bad. All right, so Arkansas sent us snowblowers, and Louisiana is sending Arkansas Taylor Smith.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
We went, I don't know how it all started. I think the coach reached out to Taylor or Rudy. I'm not sure which one. And we went up there for a visit, and we watched them play a scrimmage, and he had seen a lot of film, I guess, and he was really interested in her. And I don't know what, they have something that he signed up for that, you put the kids, I don't know what it's called. Do you know what it is?
No.
I don't know. It's some program, and coaches can go on there and see the kids, and you can put clips on there. And I wish I knew the name of it. But anyway, her stuff's on there. Some of the other player stuff is on there too. And he saw it. He liked her a lot. He said he couldn't believe nobody was interested in her. He was interested in her. And in this day and age, with what is that stuff? Help me out.
NIL?
Yes. The transfer portal.
Transfer portal?
Yes, the transfer portal. Like, Brock went to some tryouts, and he talked to some coaches last year, and they said if you get an offer from somebody, you just need to take it.
Take it. So where's she going? Where's she going? What college?
She's going to South Arkansas Community College.
Terrific.
No, I'm sorry, Southwest
Arkansas?
Community College, yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, is the First Lady of Denham Springs Lady Basketball going to be emotional in a few moments when you go on the floor with your husband and your daughter?
Yes, if I think about it, I will be. I'll start crying. But I'm gonna try not to think about it.
Okay. Coach, thank you so much for joining us. I call you Coach. You practically won. And keep up the great work, and good luck to you and the Lady Jackets.
Sounds good.
That is the First Lady of Denham Springs Lady Jackets basketball. She is Fran Smith. I am John Fine. It is Josh Ward coming up with Mitch Covington, and then Coach Piku when we return. Denham Springs and Live Oak. It is Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up on Denham Springs football. Denham Springs basketball.